I am McCusker, and I am a mental performance coach. I have my own training and coaching company in Canada called Your Mind Matters. And I work with individuals and teams on identifying, getting clarity on what it is that they want to achieve. What is their goals, what is their values, what's important to them. Really taking a look at what are the roadblocks and the limitations stopping them from reaching their full performance, their peak. And there's a category that they put athletes in, great athletes, and it's called physical genius. And the physical genius, there's two other professions that also are in that category. Great surgeons and great musicians. Because they have all the traits. And the three traits that they found in this physical genius was one, that they had the raw physical and mental abilities, that they were born with these abilities. The second thing was that they wanted to practice to be the best. They spent thousands and thousands and thousands of hours practicing. So that practicing to be the best. And the third thing was imagination. So they are capable of imagining. And what they do is, though, they imagine every possible scenario that's going to happen. So this is a physical genius. Okay, so I do a lot of goal setting as a coach. And there are three types of goals. When we're looking at it, I mean, you may have heard of SMART goals and the specific, measurable, and all, like just the SMART goals. When you're dealing with an athlete, there's three types of goals that you're going to be dealing with. The outcome goal, which is number one. The outcome goal is the gold medal. It's the medal, it's the championships, it's whatever they want the outcome to be in regards to their sport. And that's when they're going to give their most personal effort to. The performance goal is going to be all about their performance. That's where they're going to have a little bit more flexibility, but that's about their whole performance, what is needed to take it. And then the third one is the process goal. And that's all the actions that have to happen that are going to get them the performance and then the outcome. The outcome goal, the gold medal, or whatever they're working for, on game day, on competition day, that is eliminated. That is just removed. So I will review with them peak performers, because usually when they come to me, they're pretty serious about their game, or their parents are pretty serious about their game. But that's where we'll take a look. And the traits that I look at when I look at peak performance, the number one thing is passion and fun. I will get some of my clients because they've lost that spark. They've lost the passion and fun. It's become too stressful for them. So as a peak performer, you have to have that passion and fun. This is one of my starting points. Okay, so I get this and they ranked it. I now know, okay, distraction control. We need to work on this. Laser focus, it's a 5. We need that. Like this laser focus and control, probably the most important. So you'll sit down and you'll ask questions and you'll say to the athlete and say, okay, tell me about your best performance. Well, this is what happens. Okay, so the parent's sitting here and I'm sitting there. Okay, this was my best performance. And I'm like, okay, that's not. So you're not, again, and that goes to your point. They're saying what they think they need to say and what they've been told. And other times she'll say, okay, and this is where I've learned that, so I'll say, okay, I want you to look at me. You're not going to look at your father or your mother. Tell me what your best performance is in your mind. Tell me a time that you felt great. And I'll take them back to that moment. And they will tell me something, and then this is what you see the parent doing. That wasn't your best performance. What are you talking about? So I get to it. How many of you have heard that term? Okay, yes. How many of you have played in the zone? It's the best place to be. So that's where the zone is really when the body is in peak condition and the mind is completely focused. Can they get themselves into that zone? And for those of you, I talk about a time, and I want to talk about the zone because if you haven't experienced it, it is a great place. Athletes, when they are competing and they are performing, if they have gotten into the zone, if they're able to perfect their focus, they go into a hypnotic trance. You talk to any athlete, and they might not know that. Golfers, they will say, I'm in a trance. I mean, if you watch them, they don't, the only thing they're focused on is the ball and where it has to go. Everything else is gone. I had a choice. She could either, just get caught up in the conscious thought, dealing with that grief, everything that was going on, or she could park that And it's what I call thought stoppage. It's stopping those thoughts in your head and going and doing what you've trained yourself to do. Going into the zone. And that's what she did. She had the ability to go into the zone and do the performance. And do that thought. So, and that's where I share some of the stories that they've done. And kids are great to work with because they get so creative too. So one of the goalies I was working with, or just had talked to him and followed up, he actually would go and they talk to the coach. Because again, the coaches have a program for them. The coaches will tell them what the pregame routine is. So I always say, I want you to go and talk to your coach and get permission to do this too. So talk to the coach, change his pregame routine. So he wanted to build a brick wall. So he was building the brick wall. That's what he was doing, and he was taking his time. He was making sure that it was strong. Even his dad and him went to the next step because they watched they loved Pink Floyd, The Wall, and on the front of the cover of that there was like the brick wall. And so he painted his helmet with all the bricks on it. So he took it to another level, but that's what his pregame routine improved his game. Athletes, a lot of them love music. So we'll make a pump-up CD. I'll say, tell me your favorite songs. What songs motivate you? What songs make you feel good? Look at all of the sports. There's always music playing. So that's where and nowadays kids will they'll get their iPod or whatever, they'll make it up instantly. Like it'll be like, okay, I got it. I said, okay, I want you to listen to that before the game. When you're going. I want you to do your self-hypnosis. I want you visualizing how you see yourself. I want to teach them when they have that moment that they're feeling great, that they know they just performed well. I want them to anchor it. So we'll get them to do something. It all depends on the sport. It might be slapping themselves. It might be doing something with their stick. It might be cheering. It might be just saying, teach them, okay, this is part of their life lessons. Things aren't going to always go their way. There's going to be wins. There's going to be losses. There's going to be good performances. There's going to be poor performances. We need to deal with them. We need to learn from them. So when they come to me and they're really beaten up and down, we're going to talk about, but what did go well? What did you learn from that? What is someone or somebody that you know or something that you know he goes, I just want to get rid of it. I just want it to go away. I don't want to feel like that. So, okay, who do you know that can just feel good right immediately? Who do you know, somebody that can just get back in the game? Or that can just be happy again or just feel good? And he goes, my dog. You can yell at my dog, you can do anything, and my dog just wags his tail and is fine. I said, okay, guess what? You're becoming the dog. When something goes wrong, you're going to just wag your tail and you're becoming the dog. I said, can you do that? He goes, sure, I can do that. And guess what? His hissy fit stopped because he became the dog. And that's where he just realized that there was something he connected to, that it was okay. You can do something wrong, but then you can get back in the game.